Welcome in. Today we're looking at a deceptively simple problem with massive operational consequences: food waste in multi-unit restaurants. On the surface, it looks like a kitchen issue: a few extra trays prepped, a little too much dough mixed, some produce tossed at closing. But as soon as you scale from one location to dozens, that waste becomes a silent margin killer, stealing 2 to 5 percentage points from your bottom line every single week. For operators managing 20, 50, or 100 locations, this isn't just a kitchen problem. It is a systemic profit hemorrhage happening across your entire portfolio. The scary part? Most of it is invisible until the P&L arrives. But here's what this video is about. What if AI could see the waste coming and stop it before it ever happens? Let's zoom out and understand why this problem gets worse, not better, as operators grow. Here's the hook. If waste is really being driven by thousands of small decisions made independently across many locations, can AI step in early enough to stop it before it happens? That question matters because multi-unit operators simply cannot manage by intuition alone. A single unit owner can walk the line and course correct in real time. They touch inventory, taste a prep item, and adjust on the fly. But a director of operations managing 50 locations, they can't be everywhere at once. And that's where the real problem begins. When you leave waste decisions to individual managers, each with their own instincts, habits, and risk tolerance, you get massive inconsistency at scale. One kitchen runs out of protein on a Friday night. Another throws away 3 sheet pans of chicken every Sunday. Neither manager has visibility into why it keeps happening. This is the multi-unit food waste trap. The problem compounds across locations, but the data to solve it lives in silos no one can access in time. The core problem is that existing approaches are reactive, siloed, and inconsistent. Par sheets are static guesses that don't account for daily reality. Manager instinct varies wildly. What feels safe to one manager is wasteful to another. And waste logs? They're just rearview mirrors showing you what you already lost. But the true cost of waste doesn't stop at discarded food. It shows up in labor spent prepping unusable product, mid-service stockouts that disappoint guests, manager burnout from daily guesswork, and even unstable vendor relationships from erratic order volumes. Here's the hidden math that never shows up on your waste log. 30 locations, $50 of daily waste each, 365 days. That's over $500,000 a year silently leaving your business. Most operators track what got thrown away after the fact. Far fewer have a reliable system for preventing that waste before prep even begins. That gap between reactive auditing and proactive guidance is exactly where the solution lives. So what's the solution? AI-powered prescriptive analytics. And here's the key distinction. This isn't just prediction, it's prescription. The system connects to your existing POS and ingests historical sales data by item, location, daypart, and date, often covering months or years of history. Then it gets smart, recognizing patterns you simply can't see manually: how weather affects your soup sales, how local concerts drive appetizer orders, how holidays shift your entire sales mix. But here is the crucial leap. Instead of stopping at menu item predictions, the system translates demand into exact ingredient-level prep guidance, factoring in recipe yields, batch sizes, and shelf life. That means every manager receives a prioritized daily playbook before their shift starts: exactly what to thaw, what to prep, and what to order. Not just categories, but specific quantities. And here's the magic. Every day, actual results flow back into the system, so it learns your specific patterns and gets smarter over time. Predictive tells you what might happen. Prescriptive tells you exactly what to do about it. Now let's talk about what actually happens when this goes live in real restaurants. In a regional fast casual chain, stores had been over-prepping proteins on weekdays and under-prepping on weekends. With daily ingredient-level guidance, protein waste dropped significantly within the first 30 days. In pizza operations, ingredient-level forecasting helped align dough production with projected covers instead of fixed batch sizes, cutting day-end discard while improving product consistency and eliminating frantic emergency preps during rushes. And in casual dining, especially for rotating specials and limited-time offers, forecast-informed wave prep helped teams match production to actual demand by day part. Fewer sold-out specials by 6 p.m., fewer untouched dishes at week's end. Across restaurant groups that have implemented prescriptive AI tools, the data shows up to 55% reduction in total waste. And critically, the model improves with feedback, often reaching stronger accuracy over the first 60 to 90 days. The breakthrough is not merely prediction, it is operational precision that keeps getting better over time. And this is where the implications become much bigger than waste alone. Reducing spoilage improves your food cost percentage, of course, but it also recovers labor that would otherwise be spent prepping food that never generates a single dollar of revenue. It lowers the frequency of mid-service stockouts, which protects your guest experience and brand consistency across every location. It reduces the mental load on managers who would otherwise spend 30 or more minutes every single morning planning prep from instinct and incomplete information. And because order patterns become steadier and more predictable, your vendor relationships can improve too, leading to better negotiations and more reliable supply. This approach also isn't limited to one restaurant format. Fast casual, casual dining, pizza, QSR, even smaller multi-unit groups, they all see meaningful ROI because their waste patterns are identifiable and correctable. In short, when you solve the waste problem at its root, the value ripples through margins, labor efficiency, operational consistency, and brand trust all at once. This brings us to a complete paradigm shift in how restaurant operations work. We've moved through three distinct eras. First, reactive management. You're constantly firefighting problems that already happened, driving by looking only in the rearview mirror. Second, predictive analytics. You can see what's coming, like checking the weather before a road trip. But the real leap is prescriptive operations. That's GPS navigation, giving you turn-by-turn directions to maximum profit before the shift even starts. The paper is clear on one important point. AI is not a replacement for great kitchen management. It enhances it. Your best managers become even more effective. Your newer managers perform like veterans from day one. In 2026 and beyond, the broader direction of restaurant operations is moving toward this kind of guided execution, where forecasting continuously informs prep, purchasing, labor coordination, and exception alerts in one closed loop that gets smarter every single day. The paradigm shift is simple but powerful. Stop auditing waste after it happens and start preventing it at the point of decision. So, what does this all mean for you? Here's your reality check. If you have a connected POS system with at least 6 months of sales history, check. If food cost and waste are tracked consistently across your locations, check. If your managers spend more than 30 minutes each day on prep planning, check. If prep inconsistency across locations is a known issue, check. If you've experienced recurring 86s or overproduction patterns, check. If your current process relies on par sheets or manager experience, check. And if you're aiming to reduce food cost by 2 to 5 percentage points or more, definitely check. 4 or more of those? AI-powered prescriptive forecasting is a strong fit for your operation. The best part, you don't need to replace your existing POS. Most modern systems are ready to integrate. You can see measurable waste reduction within the first 30 days, reach peak accuracy by 60 to 90 days, and apply this across every concept: fast casual, pizza, casual dining, QSR, and beyond. The biggest takeaway is this: food waste is not a kitchen cleanup issue. It is a systemic coordination problem caused by inconsistent planning, siloed data, and reactive decision-making. And the best time to fight waste is not after the trash bin fills up. It is before the first prep list is ever written. Systems can learn. The question isn't whether you can afford to make this shift. It's whether you can afford not to. Like and subscribe for more helpful videos like this. Connect with Forks for the experienced accounting professionals your restaurant needs. Details in description below.